There's something that I need you guys to understand about the three men who are in charge right now and wreaking havoc in our world. I'm Janine Ellsworth. I do human design readings, human design coaching, especially for parents because Gen Alpha needs us right now. So we are revolutionizing the way we raise our kids because we have the tools of the ancient and the modern day science and past spiritual teachings to help us and guide us, teachings that were buried. And so I use this with human design. And so I've done, I'm sure other people have talked about this. They must have. I just do not follow a lot of other human design nerds because I want to learn about other things that like you guys share. So I want you to understand that in human design terms, the three people at the top, right? The orange one, the junkie space boy, and the one that we like to refer to as ants in his pants. They all three of them are the same energy type in human design, okay? If you don't know your energy type, there are 5 of them. I'm not going to go through them all here. You can look those up anywhere, get your free chart anywhere you want on the internet. But the thing that's important to know is that all 3 of those men are what we call manifesting generators, okay? And what encapsulates, I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because my kids are on their way home from school. It's a half day, of course. And manifesting generators are incredibly powerful beings, all right? And that's at the outset. What we all need to know is that that's not a bad thing, okay? It's not a good thing or a bad thing. Everybody comes into this earth with a whole tool belt of superpowers, okay? You can use them for good, right? You can use them in the highest expression. You can use them to step into your true power, to do good and bring greatness into the world and to live in such a way that's integrity with what your spirit wanted. Or you can choose to use your superpower tool belt in a way that is harmful. You can approach life and approach every circumstance from a very low vibrational state. This is like what I call like you're living in your own shadow. You're not your authentic self because you are not wielding the powers that you came with in the way that they're meant to be used. And so what happens is that you wind up living in a very lack mentality or in a needy way. You can be manipulative and so forth. Okay, so from the outset, when I say that these 3 men, orange one, dumpy pants, whatever, ants in his pants, and the junkie, that they're all 3 of them are manifesting generators. Okay, here's like the neutral description of the manifesting generator is someone who is profoundly energetic. They have lots and lots of life force and vitality to chase the thing that lights them up. And they're inspired. They're creative. They can do basically anything they want themselves. They're not what I would characterize as necessarily a team player. These people are profoundly independent. They are oftentimes eager to move ahead and do their own thing. They are multi-passionate, so they have lots and lots of interests. And may I say, I know many of you are manifesting generators, and I behold you so dearly. I will, I don't want anything that I say to sound negative or critical of y'all, because manifesting generators are some of my best people. My parents are both manifesting generators. My husband is my closest sister, and there are 4 of us. I can think of 3 of the women friends that I have that are closest to me who I honor and cherish. I love manifesting generators. You guys have your big, bold personalities who are not afraid to say what you feel like saying and go after your dreams and to do the stuff that makes you happy and joyful. And you are incredibly capable, innovative, electrifying, especially when you're standing in your power. But here's the sort of the shadowy side. of the manifesting generator is a tendency to take on too much, because they want to, because they're multi-passionate. They can be prone to like shiny object syndrome and chase after lots of different things in lots of different directions. And then they regret it because they've gotten themselves in over their heads, or they actually chased after something that wasn't really profoundly bringing them joy. I'm sorry, this hair is just like always irritating. They do too many things that make them feel overwhelmed then. And then what is really cool about the manifesting generator, if they know this about themselves, is that they're not here necessarily to finish everything that they've started. Here's what they're really good at: maximizing efficiencies, optimizing how they do things. Is this ringing a bell? And eliminating unnecessary steps. All right, they get frustrated. My husband coined this phrase. He said, if you're not multitasking, you're wasting your time. And this is like if you manifestors like me, we get really, really annoyed and angry when we get interrupted. But for the manifesting generator, which has like part manifestor, part generator, both share some of those both traits, they get really frustrated and angry when you waste their time. And when you interrupt them. But, and I will say, while a lot of human design experts are very cautious not to call this type a hybrid, that in fact, there's evidence that's plain to see that some manifesting generators carry a little bit more of the manifestor trait, or some carry more of the generator trait, those aspects. So regardless, what happens when you're living in your shadow and you're not embracing the full power of and the goodness in your tool belt of energetic traits is the manifesting generator can be just too much. They move too fast. They are like a bull in a china shop. They get involved in too many things. They cannot commit to them. They cannot see them through to the end. They try to skip steps to maximize efficiencies. However, they were some of them really important and crucial steps. And so the MG, which I'll say for short, just blows through essential parts that actually sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's great. Hey, they do something faster than everybody else, and they can finish a whole lot sooner, and they can do it themselves. And they're like, hey, I can move on. I don't need to finish this because I just figured out how to do it faster than everybody else. Except when they've taken something on themselves, and they have potentially taken on, for example, a gigantic institution, and they have eliminated a lot of the important working parts underneath it that hold it up, then that really obviously causes damage. But I just wanted to put it out there to say that all three of them, and like I said at the outset, they are not necessarily people MGs who care for teamwork. They want to just push ahead. Everybody else slows them down. They don't also share what's on their mind and what's going through their head. We're working faster than their bodies are working faster than their minds, and they aren't necessarily great at keeping everybody else up to date and informing other people what's going to happen next or what their plans are next. That would actually slow them down. But it could, in an environment such as a leadership where there's a lot going on, it sure could help. So what I see is that these three men, all exerting their independence and their power and their impatience and their frustrations, and pushing past, breaking through things that are not going to be responsive to that. There's a lot more to say. If you guys would like, I have their charts, and I would be happy to do like a sort of a summary reading of each of them because they're so fascinating. Junkie Boy has something called the bully in his chart. So there you go.